Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2020, and yesterday Rockstar Games released a huge update to GTA Online, the Cayo Perico Heist. And this heist comes with a massive submarine known as the Kosatka, and I'm standing on it right now if you couldn't tell. This thing is massive, and it is just as massive inside as it is outside. And in this video, I'm going to give you a full tour of this submarine and show you what it all entails. I will warn you that this submarine is extremely expensive to buy. It is $2.2 million base cost, and then there are a lot of other add-ons that you can get. Total, I spent $7.885 million, $7,885,000 to get this submarine and everything that it comes with, every accessory that is offered. So if you have been playing GTA over the last few months and you've been getting all the free money, you might have enough to afford this. I know GTA has been giving out $1 million for free every month for players who sign on until the PS5 version comes out next year. And they've also been giving out $200,000 per week for the last couple of months. So really, there should be like $6 or $7 million up for grabs out there over the last few months. And I guess that's why they made everything so expensive in this update. But we'll get into that later. Right now, we're going to get into the Kosatka here. At the front and the rear of the submarine, there is a hatch. And when you come to the hatch, you're going to press the right directional button to enter the Kosatka. Your character will open the hatch and get in. And as we drop down inside and the game loads, we will spawn in the engine room. And remember, I'm entering through the rear of the submarine, not the front. So it may be different if you enter through the front. And this is the engine room, and it really is nothing but an engine room. So there's not much here. The only thing that is worth mentioning is that back here in this corner, there is a machine gun that spawns. So if you're low on ammo and don't want to purchase it, you can come back here and pick up a machine gun for free. It's not there right now because I already picked it up before I created this video. And just to let you know, I have not fully explored this submarine yet. It is literally that big. And there are several floors to explore, as you can see here, with all the different stairs and different levels. We're going to start on the bottom level right now. So if I missed something, I apologize. And if you were to turn left down here, this just brings you back into the lower level of the engine room. But we're going to go this way. And when we come up here, this is the cargo pool area where you can see there's some water here. And it's not the submarine taking on water. These are doors underneath this water, and they open and close so that you can store vehicles, submersible vehicles in here, and take them out and bring them back to the submarine whenever you want. For example, this is the Kraken Avisa. This vehicle right here, the Kraken Avisa, you guys may remember that if you played GTA Online since it came out, the original submarine in the game was called the Kraken. It was yellow. It was used in a couple of missions and I think a couple of heists. So they just brought a personal Kraken, basically, is what this is. The Kraken Avisa. It holds up to 4 players, from what I can see. And you can take it out from your Kosatka submarine anytime you want and return it, and you can request it from the interactive menu, which I'll get to that in a little bit as well. But this is the cargo pool area where you can take vehicles and return them to storage anytime you want. And this one doesn't have a vehicle in it because I don't have it yet. It is a separate purchase from the submarine. It is called the Toreador Amphibious Vehicle, as you can see in the top left of the screen. It's purchasable on warstockcashandcarry.com, and that submersible vehicle, it's like a car slash boat slash submarine. From what I remember, it's about $3.6 million, so it is definitely not cheap. Now we leave that room and come further over here. There are lots of corridors in the submarine, very easy to get lost. And in here this room doesn't have too much. It's just another stairwell, which we'll be going up in a moment when we go up to the second floor. But as we come through these corridors into here, this is an important room. Your security cameras are in here. So you can look at your security cameras. And then if you purchase it, this is not a necessary purchase, but if you decide to purchase it, this is the weapon workshop. This is where it will be. So this was available on the Avenger and a Terabyte and the Mobile Operations Center and a couple of other things on GTA throughout the past few years, and they just brought it back for the submarine as well. So you can customize any customizable weapons here in GTA. And the last thing on this first floor is the weapon storage area, where you see a bunch of torpedoes and nothing much to do in here. There is one weapon that spawns, and to be honest with you, I don't know what it is. It was sitting right here, and I just happened to walk past it and picked it up, and I didn't get to see what I picked up, so, but I'm pretty sure it was some kind of grenade launcher or something like that. So now we're going to come back out through these corridors and go up to the second level. And as we get up here, come through here, this is the cafeteria area, or the mess hall. And then through here is a locker room and some bunk beds. The story behind this submarine is that it's an old Russian submarine, and it's run by this guy named Pavel. And you can see we also created a video for when you meet Pavel, so you can check that out too. And there's a laptop here that you can browse the internet on. There's a bed here that you can sleep in, and your wardrobe is here as well. And this is free. As far as I remember, this is free. You don't have to purchase your own captain's quarters in the submarine. Next, we go through here, and we're basically going to do a loop around. There's nothing in this room. There is another stairwell that goes up to the third floor. Like I said, there's a ton of floors in this. And actually, we may have to go that way. Oh, no. See, I'm getting myself lost, and I'm lost already. So we are going to go upstairs. My apologies for that. Like I said, I have not explored this whole thing yet. And now we're on the third floor. And let's explore up here. If you come over here, this is an exit. So I believe this is the front of the submarine at this point. So you would exit to the front of the submarine if you go up that ladder. And now we're gonna walk on through here. And this is where all the action is. So right here is where you can launch the heist. And you have to be registered as a VIP, a CEO, or a motorcycle club president to be able to launch the heist. So you have to be one of those three things to launch it, and then you can invite your friends and whatnot to join the heist. Then here's Pavel. He's hanging out here doing his thing. Next, over here, if it lets me sit, you can purchase homing missiles, which I have not tried yet, so let's give it a try. If it lets me sit. There we go. Sit down. And it says missile ready. So let's see what this is all about. I have not done this yet. So press X to launch a guided missile. Well, let's see what happens. Oh my. Here we go. The missile has launched from the submarine, and we are actually taking it for a drive. This is really cool. I have not done this yet. This is awesome. And you get to see the missile on the map, and I don't know if it runs out of fuel or not. I don't see anything saying that it will. But I guess if you really wanted to hurt somebody, you could launch one of these at them, and you can control it anywhere you want. So let's hit this car right here. Oh, and there's a massive explosion. And now I have cops apparently, but they'll never find me out of here. Guided missile can be launched from this station again in 51 seconds, so I guess you have to wait a minute for every time you launch a missile, as it says there, missile reloading. And it looks like there are two separate stations to launch missiles, so I guess you can have two people doing this at once, which is pretty cool. But let's get out of there. And this is the Periscope, so you can look through here if you want to. It'll pull down. And here it is. You can look around and lock on to something and shoot I guess you can shoot something. I don't know. Periscope allows you to observe above the surface. And I guess you can do surface-to-air missiles if you lock onto something, but it doesn't look like you can do it freely. So, well, it's cool anyway, and I'm sure it'll be used in the heist. I've not done the heist yet, but I plan on live streaming that, so definitely subscribe to us and look out for that live stream, or watch the video after it's been uploaded. Hopefully some of my friends and I will be doing that soon. And before I do anything else in this room, let's go further back. So if I'm correct, I believe this is where the helicopter is, indeed. So this is, I think it's called the Sparrow, and it really resembles, if anybody has watched the 60s version of Batman, it looks like the Batcopter, which is really badass. And I've already flown this. It handles pretty well, and apparently it's weaponized. I have not fired any weapons from it yet, but I also haven't customized it, if it's customizable. So, but anyway, you can purchase a helicopter to store here, and you can call it through the interactive menu, or you can just get in and take off with it anytime you want. And the cool thing is, when you call for it from the interactive menu, it'll literally spawn right next to you, so you don't have to go anywhere to pick it up. And here, doesn't look like there's anything going on. There was a weapon there. Again, I don't know what it was, but there was a weapon there. And this looks like the last room. So, and then you go back downstairs. So there is one more thing that I want to show you guys, and then I'll get into the finer details of all of this. But probably the coolest thing about this update so far that I've seen is that if you come over here and sit down, you can actually drive this gigantic submarine. And as far as my knowledge goes, this is the largest vehicle that has ever been drivable in a GTA game. With the exception of the 747, maybe, that used to be drivable in the story mode. But it drives the same way as a car or a boat. If you're playing on a PS4 like I am, the R2 button is gas, the L2 button is brake. But square, and I guess that would be, oh geez, I'm going to get bad raps from the Xbox people because it's been a long time since I played Xbox, but I guess it would be the X button on the Xbox controller. If you press square on the PS4, that is to raise your submarine all the way above the water, like you see there, and X is to submerge. So if you hold X, it'll make a noise, and it'll go underwater, and you can drive underwater. And the cool thing is, while you're under the water, players cannot see your blip on the map or lock onto you unless they are within a certain distance of your submarine. So if you really want to hide from your friends or whatever, get a submarine and go underwater and watch them try to find you. So this is pretty cool because it'll allow you to explore underwater, and I'm sure it's used during the heist too. Again, I haven't played it yet, so I don't know. But I'm going to hold square here, and it'll come back above the water. It's a slow process. And there you go. We almost jumped completely out of the water there. But another cool thing about this, press circle, and you will launch torpedoes. Can't see them because they're underwater, but you can lock on to certain things, apparently. And I have not locked on to anything yet, and there's an explosion, so I guess it blew up. But I guess you can lock on to underwater things, or maybe even above water things. But that is pretty cool nonetheless. And driving this thing is like driving, I don't even know what to compare it to. It is just gigantic though. And very bulky, lanky, very slow as well, but stealthy. So definitely something you use to sneak up on your friends or on other players in sessions if you want to be that jerk. But you know, so other than this, let me bring this thing to a stop, and to get out of this you press triangle, and it'll bring you back into the submarine. And I'll just show you some things on the interactive menu real quick, and then I'll show you where to purchase it from and things like that. So, and you can also fast travel with this. So if you press square, you can fast travel to different places around the map. But that's only while you're in the driver's seat. So, real quick here, we're going to hold the touchpad, and you're going to go to services for this. So if you click on services and go down to Kosatka, you can request the Kosatka if it isn't already requested. And that means that it will spawn somewhere close to you but in the ocean. So it'll spawn to your closest location but in the ocean. So you'll have to drive to the shore of the ocean. It does spawn on the map as a little submarine icon. Next thing is you can request a vehicle. This only works when you're outside. So you can request the Sparrow, which will spawn at the, literally spawn right next to you, just like the Buzzard does if you're a CEO. If any of you have played CEO, you request the Buzzard, it spawns right next to you, just like the cheat codes used to do in GTA 4. But anyway, so interactive menu, you can spawn the Sparrow right next to you. The Avisa, I believe, I have not done it yet, but I believe it's the same way that with the Kosatka, it'll spawn at the nearest water. I believe it will only spawn in the ocean, so you can spawn the Avisa to explore the ocean nearest you. You can also request a dinghy. The dinghy is free. I did not have to pay for the dinghy. It automatically comes with the Kosatka, so you can request just a boat to have to drive around. You click on return options. You can return the Kosatka to storage if you don't want it out in the open or anything. You can return it to open water, or you can surface it if it's underwater. You can return the moon pool vehicles to the Kosatka, that being the Sparrow or the Avisa, or you can return the dinghy to storage if it's already called out. So, the next access options, the helm means that they can drive it, so if you have it on everyone, it means anybody that comes into your Kosatka can drive it anywhere they want. You can switch that to crew and friends, or no one, so that it's only you, whatever suits you and your needs the best. And moon pool vehicles, you can either give access to everyone to drive them around and do whatever they want, or your crew, your friends, and so on. Same thing.
I wonder what that means.
After that, empty options. You can empty your Kosatka, meaning you kick everybody out of it, or you can empty the Kosatka helm, meaning you kick them out of the driver's seat and they can't drive it. So, then there is scuba gear as well, which I apologize, I missed this. This is near the moon pool though, and you can put on scuba gear and go scuba diving, which is something that I have wanted in this game since GTAOnline started, because you can have it in the story mode, but it's really hard to find, or you can't get it in GTAOnline. So I'm happy that they put this in here so that you can go scuba diving whenever you want. Another thing, there are a couple more things that I want to tell you about real quick before I end the video. First, apparently there are like caches of money laying around the seabed, like on the bottom of the ocean floor, that you can use the ship's sonar, or the submarine sonar, to find. So if you use the sub's sonar, you will be able to find, oh, here's scuba gear. You'll be able to find caches full of money in RP, and every day apparently a new one spawns. So that's something cool too, if you want to just go around looking for some free money on the ocean floor. And that was also something that they did in the story mode, so not really surprising that they would do that on GTAOnline.
Hello there.
And there was something else. Ah, yes. So if we go to the internet, in order to purchase the Kosatka, if you want to, go to Warstock Cash and Carry's website, which always appears down here, or you can find it through Travel and Transport. Go to Warstock Cash and Carry, Kosatka here. You can edit the color, the flag, the sonar station, the guided missiles, the weapon workshop, the moon pool vehicles, and so on. For some reason, I got the sonar station for free. I don't know why, if it was a promotion or what. But if you have everything, it's close to $9 million to buy, if not a little bit over. Um, but if you have everything like this, I bought it for about 7.8 million. And I know the color is about 75,000. The sonar station's 1.2. The guided missiles are 1.9. The weapon workshop's 350,000. The moon pool vehicles, if you buy both of them, is over 3 million. I think the helicopter is 1.8, and the submarine is something like a million or whatever, or a little bit more than that. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let us know if you'd like to see anything else.